No. No, that is not the.
Why not? I no class, you know.
You depend on God so much, you have no other thing to fight. The 12 Greek, the 12 food from the 12 countries. But you get this party, that look at the so we thought we might need to be more. Get out.
Hello, please mute your mic. Please mute your mic.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
No.
Okay.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Morning.
I want to find out if some of you have been able to join through the YouTube link. Are there people joining through the YouTube link?
Where?
I'm not sure.
Why? Yes, ma, there
Okay. Okay, they are all right. Okay,
are.
so I will.
All this gel, they have their own gel. No, they used to keep them.
Sorry. Please, before
Yes,
I
you was-
mute you, I want to clarify
yes, they used to-
something.
using the gel,
If you can hear me, please, lesser noise.
At least they are gate.
Now, I will want to
Okay, yeah, they used to
let
give
you
them.
know that if at all network is fluctuating and it logs me out, I may not be able to log back in because of the capacity of the class. So before we start now, I will want those that have been able to log in through the Zoom. Once you see that I am offline, some of you should log off in case so that I will be able to log back in. Once it's filled to the capacity, I may not be able to log back in and to continue the class. That was what happened last week. So I will want to at least target an hour for us to have our class today. But in case before it gets to an hour, it locks me off. As the host, I may not be able to control anything on the YouTube, but screen sharing and all that, I can only do it here through Zoom. So once you see that I am offline, few of you should just log off so that I can re-log in. And that will make it easier for me to continue. Then once I'm back on, then you can re-log in. And another thing is that I know you will have had like 4, 5 classes now. So for the classes, I guess Dr. Ajide gave you materials to use. For my own class, I am not using the screen board. So it is my notes that I'm using, and which is why I'm recording the class. So indirectly, I'm explaining the notes. And once you have access to this recording of the class, you automatically have the notes, which I will be showing through the screen as I start sharing the screen. I hope you heard me clearly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Yes, ma.
And
Yes, ma'am.
so many, I see names that you are dropping on the screen, on the chat. So the names that you are dropping, let it be your names, not the phone name, not, I saw one by the name insurance or whatever. So please, let it be your full name and your matric number and your department. So thank you. I will start sharing my screen and I will start recording. I can't remember exactly where we stopped last week before it logged me off. I know I was explaining something on the determinants, demand function, but I can't remember exactly where we stopped. Please, can you remind me so I will know where to continue?
My stop that factors influencing supply. That's prevailing
Yes, my
circumstances and the
factors
price.
influencing supply.
Supply, determinants of supply. All right,
Yes.
thank you. So I'm going to mute everyone now. I'm going to mute everyone, and it is only when I require you to speak that I will ask you to unmute. So please, no disturbance, and all these people waiting in the waiting room, I may not be able to answer them because I've given you enough time now, 20 minutes to log in. So whoever is in the waiting room, I will not answer them so that there will be lesser distraction for the class. So I will mute you all now. Thank you. So good morning once again. I will quickly round up with, I believe we can all see the screen. You can put it in the chat if you can see the screen. All right, thank you, thank you. All right, I can see your response. So, like I said last week, there are some aspects that we are familiar with, and for us to do justice to this class, I will want a situation where I will want us to put it at the back of our mind that there are some things I will ask you to read up on your own. But that doesn't stop you from at least having access to this note. I will not send it to you, but this sharing and this recording will take care of that. So the theory of supply, we have started with that. We only need to look at this determinant. And like I said last week, the factors, I asked some of us to mention some, and there was at least impressive response from the class. Some mentioned the cost of production. I remember some said level of technology and all that. Now, beyond the ones that we have mentioned, I would just want to chip in, like I said, under the factors that influence demand. There is this prevailing circumstances. And like I said, prevailing circumstances can be anything. For instance, it could be because expectation, there is expectation that there could be increase or decreases in the nearest future. So which could make people to respond in a way that is not in the usual way. So for prevailing circumstances, it could be expectation of future higher prices that could make producers to postpone increments in quantity supplied. So as a factor that influence supply, prevailing circumstances could be in a way that you expect prices to increase, then you definitely want to make more profit. And what do? You leave supply or production till the later date when you feel you can sell more. Another circumstance could be the existence of other producers or suppliers who also have a considerable market share. Like I said, there are times that you will have competitors, and as a result of this, you have to think of your own share, your own market share, and that could also influence what you will do with the quantity supplied at a point in time. So, and this last one I put here, I believe you can see. If you can see, let me ask one or two of you to unmute just to read that, just to be sure that we are together. Who is Solomon Damilare? Solomon Damilare, I will ask you to unmute. Solomon Damilare. How about Umbeku?
Morning, ma.
Yeah, Solomon. Can you see my screen? I just want to
Yes,
be sure
ma.
we are together.
Yeah, I'm seeing your screen, ma.
All right. All right. Now help me to read out the last factor here, the last determinant, the one I'm pointing to.
Okay, ma. Usage of raw material. Any factor of production that can be engaged in producing
It's multi usages of
raw materials. Any factor of production that can engage in producing other goods will oftentimes be channeled towards the goods whose prices are increased, probably due to the increase in their demand. As a result, the supply of each good will increase while the supply of the substitute will reduce.
All right, this explanation, thank you. You can mute yourself now. Thank you. These multi-usages of raw materials simply explain the fact that what can influence your supply of a particular thing. If the materials or the resources available to make the supply, you have other usages of such resources, then the onus is on you. You use it on what? Any logical producer will think of what will bring in more profit or what they stand to benefit from. I hope we understand that. So beyond this, I have multi-usage, prevailing circumstances, level of technology, weather, season, or climatic condition. We also have the price of the commodity. I know that one is there, cost of production. Now, I think these are 6 altogether, 6 determinants altogether. Now, beyond these 6, I will want us to note, if you are jotting, I will even advise you to be jotting. It will help you. Whichever one is not included here. I know I asked some of you to mention some last week. So some of these determinants that are not indicated here, you can just note it so that we will push it up to maybe like 8 or 10 determinants, the ones that are, but I will not want repetition. So like I said, for the demand function, we also have a supply function. All the above factors are presented in a supply function below. And whenever we talk about supply function, it's just a mathematical equation that represents the relationship between supply and the factors that influence it. So let me read out what we have here. This simply gives a mathematical equation of supply in which quantity supplied is a function of the price of the commodity, weather condition, cost of production, technology, prevailing circumstances, and usages of raw materials. Now, when you try to represent all these factors with arbitrary letters or symbols, then you see how quantity supplied is affected by all these factors. So whenever you are asked on a good day that you should show a supply function, I want to quickly chip in one thing here for us to understand that this can also come in another form. It could be in functional form. The one we have here is simply the functional form. But beyond the functional form, you could as well have something like this, where you have quantity supply as, sorry, let me remove this from, and the model will specifically tell you, it will show you how price is either increasing or decreasing. And by such increase or decrease, it will tell you how it is influencing quantity supply, how each of these factors will change the direction of their change. So this type of equation, when you have it, sorry, when you have this type of equation, you will have something like you have an intercept where you can say A O. Let me make that O a subscript as a function of AO is, you will have plus, then A1, that one too as a subscript, Then you will have our price. Let me put price. So what this is saying is also a supply function that tries to tell you how price is influencing quantity supply. But once you have a definite sign here, and in this example, we have plus. So this plus is telling you that as price is going up, quantity supply is also going up. This is a typical supply function in a model form or in an equation form. Now, if you are asked, what's the difference between the two? They are all showing the two equations are explaining how quantity supply is influenced by these factors. But this one went ahead to break it down into how price influence supply. So if we are to continue with this equation, extension of this equation, definitely we could have A2. And how will A2 influence? How is quantity supply influenced by this A2? So what it's simply saying is that W, that is weather condition. So you can continue to extend this type of equation, telling you how each of these factors, price, weather condition, cost of production, technology, prevailing circumstances, government, G, I think G here represents government policy. Government policy also affects supply. It is also a determinant. Now, I didn't explain the government policy in the notes, but please take note of that. It's indicated here in the supply function. Likewise, expectation. You know, prevailing circumstances, I've already told you, it could be anything. The multi-usage of raw materials or the resources. So let's put that as M. Multi-usage is also a factor. Now, if you want to extend this other supply function, this one that we are looking at here, it simply tells you clearly that if you want to show the direction through which all these factors influence quantity supply, you will need to be indicating it through the signs. So if it is a plus, it means what? They are going in the same direction. Price goes up, quantity supply growth goes up. For this one too, this slope here, A1 is simply telling you the extent to which price is influencing quantity supply. This A2 also is telling you the extent to which weather condition is influencing quantity supply. And this plus here simply tells you that the direction of the influence, it simply means when the climatic condition is favorable, quantity supply will also be favorable, meaning simply that they are going in the same direction. Now, I will want to put in something quickly here. Let me quickly put this. Now, I will put A3. And by A3, it is just telling you the slope, the extent to which. Now, by A3, let me just ask, I will call on anyone to be sure you are with me. I will put cost. Now, this minus A3C, what do you think it means? Can anyone raise up their hand to tell us what you think it means? Or should I call anyone? All right, Ayodele.
Good morning, ma.
Yeah, okay. You can speak
It
up
means
now.
that
Good morning.
it means that the cost, the supply and the cost are not moving at the same direction. That means the higher the price, the lower the
Okay.
quantity demanded.
It's not divided this time around.
Supplied rather.
All right. So thank you, Ayodele. The others that are raising up your hand, that is just the answer. Thank you. You can put down your hand now because I want us to finish with this today. Now let's quickly see this concurrent, this same analysis. I want to quickly use it for the demand one. So before I move away from here, let me just copy. And I want to open the demand one that I explained last week. Let's quickly go to the determinants of demand, the factors that influence demand, the demand function. Now for this demand function, I told you last week that we can also have it in another form. So this time around, the only thing that will change, the only thing that is changing here is the D. Let's call it D. Let me make it subscript. Quantity demanded this time around. AO still remains, but this time it is what? Minus. Showing that the relationship between quantity demanded and price is what? Inverse relationship. That is for price. But every other one, let me see, we have price of related commodity. So let's put that one P R, but it is going to be what? Subscript R. P subscript R. Now for that one too, there is something that we want us to bear in mind here. If you are looking at this plus, it simply tells you that the prices of related commodity, once it is going up, quantity demanded is also going up. But it is not in all cases. The reason is because it depends on the type of relationship. If it is a substitute, it will go in the same direction. But if it is a complement, it will go in the other direction. Now, what that simply means, let me quickly erase this. It could be a plus or minus. So which is why I'm going to insert this symbol of plus or minus here. Let me look for symbol of plus or minus. Plus or minus. Now, for this symbol, it simply means the relationship between related price and quantity demanded could be plus or minus, meaning that if it is plus, they are going in the same direction. Now, can someone tell me what can influence demand, quantity demand to go in the same, what price of related commodity can influence quantity demand to go in the same direction? If you know how to, if you have idea about this, can you just raise up your hand? Let's see whether you understand this. All right, Thomas Daniel. All right, Thomas Daniel, I've asked you to talk. Yeah, you can talk. Sorry, that voice is not too clear. Sorry, I can hardly hear you. Please, yeah, okay, you can speak up now.
Okay, like you said, the price of related commodity refers to.
Sorry, the line, please check your volume. Is breaking. Check your volume, is breaking. Is somebody else speaking? Because I have the person that is speaking now. The volume of the sound is breaking. Can you try to adjust the sound before you answer? It's still breaking. Okay. Oluwarotimi, you can speak up now.